was your first Christmas in New Zealand?
Yeah, you guys shut it down so early.
Yeah, because then it's like summer holiday start.
Oh,
Boom, get it done.
Nah, you shut it down when we start drinking.
Will it fit you proper? Are you going to wear it though?
Do we want to talk about how you spent my name wrong?
New Zealand Christmas is all done and dusted by like 2 p.m. That's Christmas over at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Decorations
Yeah, everything comes down. It's just,
and then you get in your car and you drive to your summer holiday.
yeah, we did a 4-hour drive on Christmas Day.
Christmas night. And
The
you
night
had
is part of the
and
day.
you had a nice little turkey sandwich left over, so
Yeah, don't get me wrong, but it's very different to a UK Christmas. I mean, it was nice, don't get me wrong. We had a sick Airbnb.
What's up guys, welcome back to our channel. I am going to pick Alex up today because he has been riding for about 3 hours and he's probably got another 5 to do. So he's gone from Christchurch to Lake Tekapo, and if you don't know that, I'm going to put up a map because it's a really long way. And people are like, what do you do for that entire time that he's away riding? And in the absence of, at the moment everyone's sort of on holiday, work's quieting down, and my family are already in Queenstown, which is where we're headed to. So I do all of the admin, and at the moment I'm just looking at how I'm supposed to get everything into my mum's tiny car, knowing that we're going to be picking up his bike, another human, plus all of our stuff, which I will run you through now. Both of our suitcases, bag for picking Alex up, so change of clothes, towel, kind of everything in there. Basically the extension of our travelling pantry, which is a box of food that we take with us everywhere, and inevitably the massive bag of bike stuff. So I've got to get all of this plus a couple of other bits into this tiny little Corolla. Just looking at my great packing skills in the back there. I have my live tracker on Alex, which sounds really stalky, but it's not. It's a WhatsApp live location sharing. You can use Find My Friends, but then it stays on 24/7, and both of us we're not big on that kind of that level of stalkerness. So anytime he goes for a ride like this, we put WhatsApp live location on so I can see he's relatively close, but he still wants to keep going to Lake Tekapo, so it'll probably be that I pass him at some point in the next maybe hour and a half, and then I'll keep going and we will reconvene in Lake Tekapo, at which point he would have been riding, I'm gonna say like 8.5 hours. This is a really long time to be on a bike, but you know, so be it. I had to go to the bike shop on the way and absolutely cleared them out of gels and degreaser. So Geraldine's 15 kilometres away, and I left Christchurch when Alex got to Geraldine. So he's been biking now for 5.5 hours. Just found a great place on the side of the road to stop, because if you're gonna eat chicken, which is absolutely fine, but if you're gonna eat chicken, make sure it's from a farm like this. Get these happy little chooks running around, little dirt baths to bathe in. Hello. Possibly the longest, straightest road, as far as the eye can see, when we'll be waiting for the Senor to hoon on past. Oh, here he comes. It was quicker than expected. Here he comes, he's coming by. Ooh. Just like that. There's no one more important to me. Well, look who it is.
Hi.
Hey. How you going?
Yeah, fine.
Spot the Senor who's been riding for 5.5 hours. How's that been?
Long. Lots of me time. Lots of time in my own. No, I'm listening to podcasts, and then I got tired of it, so I switched back over to music.
Yeah, and you're sick of eating bars, so we're going to give you some more gels.
Yeah, bars, I don't like eating bars.
Hoofing it down the hill.
Yeah.
The old...
Problem with this, you start at the sea, and Tekapo's at 700 metres as well, so it's like 243k. It's all uphill. But There's a tailwind, so 35 k/h average.
That's good.
Yeah, 254 watts. One sore foot.
What's wrong with your foot?
Masters will probably say it's if because I'm wearing short socks. Holy shit.
Cleared them out. So you'll be another hour and a half,
Yeah,
you reckon? Total ride will be what, 250, 260 kilometres?
243, I think.
Decent. You're not getting cold?
No, I'm alright. It's tailwind, so there's not much breeze, and the wind's picking up a bit as well. So easier in a car.
I don't know, pretty tired.
Dull.
Back's getting a bit sore,
Yeah,
bit achy legs.
yeah,
I reckon you've got the easiest seat today.
yeah. Just because of the tailwind
Yeah.
and these long, straight roads.
You know what you need? A bungee rope.
For who? Oh, the back of the car.
After
I think that's called cheating.
What a training ride that'd be.
Yeah. I mean, if you had the big car, I'd suggest maybe a bit of motor pacing. Probably illegal here.
No,
But
can't do it. I watched that boat overtake you and he was pretty good.
yeah. A couple of dickheads, but the thing is with New Zealand, the highway code here is absurd. It's the cyclist's job to get out of the way of the driver for fear that you might hold him up. So basically, according to New Zealand highway code, I need to be looking behind me at all times for fear of holding up a motorist on these really busy roads.
Speaking of holding up a motorist, it's time for me to go.
Right.
I was going to get a photo. Here he is, coming in hot, absolutely stellar effort. Look at him go, what a face on that champion. Well done. Made it all the way to Lake Tekapo.
Which will mean nothing to most of our British followers. But it's quite a long way from where I started.
It's a very long way, and it's a beautiful place to finish though.
Yeah, it was getting real cloudy halfway through.
I know, I thought you were going to get rained on. How are you feeling?
Fine. Actually, quite good. Got me eating right, so felt like I could carry on. But we got to find some bike shops tomorrow because my battery, the gears, battery's running out.
Oh,
So
why does the bike never just go?
I know.
Not this bike, but Canyon, everything has like some mechanical issue. Or
SRAM used to enjoy shitting itself right when you needed it not to. Can probably say that on January 1st. Look, that was 7 hours, 2 minutes and 16 seconds, 244k, average speed of 34.7, maximum speed of 76. Yeah, that's nice. It's just sort of pressing on a bit the whole time. And most importantly, the number we really want to know, 6,500 kilojoules.
oh,
That's quite a lot of calories. That's a
How
lot.
many burgers is that?
Where's the nearest McDonald's?
Oh, look, it's like a whole family riding. See?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you were in a race.
What you eating?
Sushi roll. You know, food is fuel. We've had quite a long day. The dry shower, as one likes to call it.
How long have we still got to drive?
Another 3.5 hours.
Whoa.
This is a bit X-rated.
I think you might have just got my full penis. Okay, I'm gonna get changed. Camera off.
Okay, that's all.
It's not. Did some real epic rides. 240k, which was did that in 7 hours, which is a good old stint. But actually, that's one of the things I really enjoyed was just the point-to-point riding when we could do it. It was nice to actually go somewhere by bike.
Even if it was long and straight.
And even if you did take all my stuff to where we were going by car. But then there was less weight in the car, because I was on it, so less fuel. So we did help save the planet a little bit. In terms of the actual training, it's been really good. There's no weather interrupted days. It's not like the UK where it's just some days it's diabolical outside and you're on the turbo trainer. I'd say it's the most consistent December, January training I've ever had, and that was largely down to the weather. The roads were much like the UK. Now the roads were the downside, they're all chip seal, which is pretty coarse, it's pretty bumpy all the time. It's a small price to you just run your tyre prices a little lower, find some 30mm tyres if you have them. The good thing about Christchurch, you could do loops. There was a real mixture of types of rides you could do. Downside to most other places, Wanaka, Arrowtown, Queenstown, which is very out and back. I mean, the longest climbs in Christchurch are 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Queenstown, Arrowtown, you've got more like 30-40 minute climbs, which is great. Well, there's 3 30-40 minute climbs, but it's up, turn around, come back down again, and then go somewhere else, turn around, come back again. So it wasn't so hot for doing loops, and out and back can get pretty old pretty quickly. But the scenery was stunning and right around those lakes, so it's you win some, you lose some, I guess. Scenery is better than, I guess, the UK this time of the year. Perhaps any time of the year, depending on where you are in the UK.
When we say that.
Devon and Cornwall are beautiful parts of the country.
Yes, they are. I'm not even saying anything.
No. Fine. Thank you. Okay, that's enough now.
I think that's still filming. Do you want to just turn the camera?
What camera?
The camera here. Do you want to just say hi? it's scuppered all my plans.
Hi. Oh, the boys I was riding with though, they were great. There's going to be a few of them I think are going to be in the World Tour at some point.
Kiwi represent.
Kiwi contingent here was great. They've got something called Tuesday Worlds in Christchurch, which is brutally tough.
You didn't win, did you?
No,
You didn't win
no,
Tuesday Worlds?
I was 5th or 6th the first week I did it, which was Christmas Eve, and then I was 2nd to a guy called Michael Vink, who is, I mean, extraordinarily talented, stratospherically talented. He beat me by a little bit.
Are you saying you're just under stratospherically talented?
Yeah. But everyone was just real friendly, willing to chip in and help. Yeah, like Lawrence Campbell, Michael, Bailey.
You can't have stopped doing these shout outs.
Nah. So it's all, everyone was, yeah, real like welcoming, real inclusive, and I'd like to think that would be the same for anyone that would come here and want to ride.
Well, you take me on rides, that's got to count for something.
Yeah, we did do that. Took Mum and Dad on a tandem ride as well.
Yeah, and you went riding with Dad.
And we went riding with Timmy.
What's your next video going to be about?
Well, I should probably talk you through my training bike and my race bike, because they're slightly different, and through the differences of training and race bike. I will do that in the coming weeks.
And Tour Down Under.
And Tour Down Under.
And plenty more rambles to come. 2020 is the year of rambles.
All the rambles.
People have spoken.
I'm going to
Chanel has listened.
I'm going to try and get Greipel and Rick to ramble. A Rick ramble. That would be something to behold.
We're going to go up and watch our horses come in.
We're on to a winner. We're on to a winner. Who have we bet on?
1, 7 and 9.
Gary.
Gary's Legacy's in the next one.
So one was called Betancourt as well, and I was like, that's close to Betancourt. And he's one of the most talented bike riders there are.
I know where that horse got second to last.
He's also possibly one of the most erratic. Are you not going to swing?
Feels like motion sick. Big discount.
Last night in Queenstown.
Look at it. I don't know what the highlight is though. Bergburger or feeding that big fat duck. He was really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad I brought
Mr.
bread.
Waddles.
Head home from, I head back to Christchurch from Queenstown, which has been a good training base and a fun place. And the problem with the training base that is a fun place is it makes training a bit more difficult. Like today, Chanel's like, we're going to a swimming hole. And I'm like, I've got 6 hours. And she's like, oh, we'll wait. I'm like, you can't, because then you lose the day. And yeah, so top tip, maybe I've never understood why Majorca was so popular when you could go a couple of hours further on a plane and go to the Canary Islands. But actually, the Canary Islands, if you're on a beach and the sun's shining and it's mid-20s, sometimes you don't want to ride your bike. And Queenstown, when you've got the luge, the go-karting, the
Canyon swing, bungee jump, jet boating,
the everything, and these delightfully chip-sealed New Zealand roads, you know, it's just tempting to not ride a bike. But I've trained well. I've trained well, and yeah, I've done Queenstown in the off season. So next, go back to Christchurch for a few days. Then we go to a wedding. Then we come back to Christchurch for a few more days. Then I go racing, Tour Down Under, and then Cadell Evans and Herald Sun Tour, and then back to Europe, where it'll be cold and not summer. Although it's not that warm right here right now. All in all, New Zealand's been very good for off-season training. I wasn't sure to start with, but it's good, really good.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap on New Zealand.
Yeah, it is.